Jared Cannonier is fighting Nassourdine Imavov, but who's going to win this fight? Well, before we talk about who's going to win this fight, let's take a look at their latest performances, in which Jared fought Sean Strickland, in which it was a very close fight. Both went back and forth, both had some great shots and kicks, but Jared ended up taking it by decision.
For your winner by split decision, Jared, the Killer Gorilla!
After this, he went to fight Marvin Vettori, in which Marvin Vettori rocked him in round 1.
Oh, he hurt him bad! Vettori with a left!
But then Jared brought it back and robbed Marvin in round 2.
Finding his way out of there. The Cannonier stalking. And this is what I mean, he's so durable.
In which he completely outlanded and completely destroyed Marvin Vettori, in which Jared ended up taking it by decision.
Your winner by unanimous decision, the Killer Gorilla!
Let's take a look at Nassourdine's latest performances, in which he fought Chris Curtis, in which both started out great until both clashed heads. Chris couldn't continue, in which the fight had to be stopped in round 2. After this, Nassourdine wanted to fight Roman, in which Nassourdine dropped Roman in round 1.
Wants to turn over a new leaf. That's a nice right from Imavov.
Oh, nice knee.
And left as well.
Both of their grappling and striking was great, but Nassourdine was just way more accurate than Roman, in which Nassourdine ended up taking it by decision.
For the winner, by majority decision, Nassourdine!
Now, before we talk about how this fight can go, let's go over some stats involving both men. Well, let's start off with the record. Well, when you look at Jared, he stands with a record of 17 wins, with 10 of those wins coming by knockout/TKO, and 2 of those wins coming by submission, and he has 6 losses. And when you look at Nassourdine, he stands with a record of 13 wins, with 5 of those wins coming by knockout/TKO, and 4 of those wins coming by submission, and he has 4 losses. So both men have some pretty good numbers, but statistically and just overall, Jared has a lot more disadvantages coming into this fight. Because first is the obvious fact that Jared is 40 years old, and Nassourdine is 29 years old, not to mention that Nassourdine has the height advantage and has been a bit more active than Jared, since Jared only had 1 fight in 2023, which was his last fight, and Nassourdine had 2 fights in 2023 and 1 fight this year. So Jared not being super active can either negatively affect his performance in this fight, or it cannot. But considering that he did pretty good in his last fights and they were against tough names, I don't believe that it would affect his performance, because before he fought Sean Strickland, he had fought Israel Adesanya. So in the end, if we get the same Jared that we're used to seeing, I don't see why it wouldn't be a good and competitive fight that will end in Jared beating Nassourdine.